why I brought up the clown thing. The one movie that he's never released, it's actually really, it's fucked up, dude. It's called, hang on.
Jerry Lewis in The Clown?
No, it's not called that. Hang on, I'll go to his filmography. Hopefully it's there. I was reading more about it. I've read about it years ago because I'd heard about it. But, come on, cunt. Where is it? Filmography, Martin Lewis, Jerry Lewis films. Hopefully the Sad Sack? Is that what it's called?
Well, they're going to release it now that he's dead to make some money.
No. The Day the Clown Cried is an unreleased 1972 drama film directed by and starring Jerry Lewis. It's based on a script of the same name. The film was met with controversy regarding its premise and content, which features a circus clown who is imprisoned in a Nazi concentration camp.
Not very funny at all.
Yeah, Lewis repeatedly insisted that The Day the Clown Cried would never be released because it is an embarrassingly bad work of which he is ashamed.
Won't be making any balloons in that camp.
Well, dude, do you want to hear what the fucking plot is? It's so fucking dark. It's
plot thickens.
Dude, Lewis plays, I'm going to just quickly summarise. Yeah. He plays a washed-up German circus clown during the beginning of World War II and the Holocaust. Mind you, Jerry Lewis is Jewish, right? Mm. So he was, active... Just like his first years in entertainment were just after World War II.
When it was still raw.
Yeah, he was growing up.
He was growing up.
He was in America. He was in America, but he was still growing up during the Holocaust. So he would have seen World War II as a kid.
There still would have been a lot of hatred around.
Yeah, man. Right? He causes an accident. He used to be a famous performer, right? And toured North America and Europe. He's past his prime, receives little respect. He caused an accident during the show, and then the head clown convinces the circus owner to just demote him and send him home. Tells his wife. His wife encourages him to stand up for himself, goes back to the circus, blah, 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 all this shit. He's later arrested by the Gestapo for ranting about Germany and mocking Adolf Hitler in a bar. Following an interrogation, he's sent to a Nazi camp for political prisoners, right? So he's there for a couple of years. Tries to maintain status among other inmates by talking about how he was a famous performer. He's only got one other friend in the camp, blah, blah, blah. And a lot of Jews going into the camp. The other prisoners goad him into performing, and he doesn't realise that he's actually pretty shit performer. So he gets beaten up, and all that, and just sits there and sulks or whatever. Then he sees
you shit clown.
Sees a group of Jewish children laughing at him. So because the Jewish prisoners have been kept away from everyone else, so because he's being appreciated, he starts performing him, and he gets a new audience underneath, in front of these kids, until the commandant of the camp tells him to stop. Then he learns that fraternising with Jewish prisoners is strictly forbidden. So, unable to leave the children in a state of unhappiness, he just keeps performing for them. The SS guards break up one of his performances, they knock him out, blah, blah, blah. His only mate in the camp, helps defend him and gets beaten to death.
Dedicated to the clown role.
Seeing a use room, get this, the commandant assigns him to help load Jewish children onto trains leading out of the internment camp with the promise his case will be reviewed, be let free. By a twist of fate, he ends up accidentally accompanying the children on a boxcar train to Auschwitz, and he's eventually used in Pied Piper fashion to help lead children to their deaths in the chamber.
Super dark.
Knowing the fear
Follow the clown children.
Knowing the fear the children will feel, he begs to be allowed to spend the last few moments with them, leading them to the showers. He becomes increasingly dependent on a miracle, but there is no miracle, and he's filled with remorse. He remains with them as the children laugh at his antics. The film ends. How fucked up is that?
That's really dark.
That's messed up.
Yeah, and
leading them to their death, but still entertaining them the whole way.
It's the guilt. Of.
It's like, I've got no more answers. I'm just going to keep performing.
Only person that's ever seen it is
Hitler.
No, you're an idiot. Harry Shearer from The Simpsons. That's Mr. Burns and Skinner and all them.
I want to see that.
He saw a rough cut.
That sounds fucked up.
In 79. And he says, his quote about it is, with most of these kinds of things, you find that the anticipation or the concept is better than the thing itself. But seeing this film was really awe-inspiring in that you are rarely in the presence of a perfect object. This was a perfect object. The movie is so drastically wrong. Its pathos, its comedy are so wildly misplaced that you could not, in your fantasy of what it might be like, improve on what it really is. Oh my God, that's all you can say. But he's actually commissioned...
Remake?
No. A remake. You're fucked. Starring David Schwimmer. You know what I mean? Just drag him out from under the bus. He's handed it over to the Library of Congress. In 2015, there was an article in the paper. The Library of Congress have it in the States, but it won't be screened for another 10 years. And the donation was reportedly done by Lewis himself. 10-year provision would appear to be based solely on Lewis's request to hold back his contribution for 10 years. But as the underlying rights were never acquired by Lewis or the original financiers, the film cannot be screened, published, copied, or shown in any form until and unless such rights are acquired.
Until he dies, now we can do it.
Who knows? But, seriously. It's fucked up. And then in 2016, a half-hour compilation of footage from the movie was uploaded to YouTube. In 2016, there was a doco made about it, and a filmmaker in Germany shows interviews, original footage, and then they restaged scenes using some of the Swedish actors who were in the movie. So people that actually acted in the original recreated the same scenes, so you'd get an understanding. But it still exists. It's sitting in the Library of
On
Congress.
YouTube, it's got a thing here, the story of the day the clown cried. It's a 28-minute kind of little feature piece.
This is, yeah.
I haven't seen it yet, but yeah, like that's fucked up. He played a clown who was leading kids into the fucking gas chamber.
He played a German.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As a Jew. Yeah, but dude, Mel Brooks,
I wonder why you'd want to take on a role like that.
he fucking directed it.
Some French film critic reckons he saw it.
Yeah.
And he reckons he loved it. He goes, as in, it was dark, like it was sickening.
moving, yeah.
It was sickening, as in what was happening to the kids.
Yeah.
But he goes, because Jerry Lewis wrote it, he goes, the mind that he must have had to write something like that, that's like...
Twisted mind.
But it's like, dude,
I wonder why he wanted to choose to do something like that.
I don't know. Why do you
Seems like an odd choice, like just for this cool, like sort of cool dancing dude to like go into something dark like that.
That's just art, man. Like, heaps of artists do that. Like, dude,
seems like a weird sort of message.
who
I don't
fucking
know.
does that? Look, there's heaps of actors that do it, man. That take on dark roles just to break out of like a mold or want to try something different, or I've always wanted to do something dark and then just go all out and fucking do something ridiculous.
Chalk and cheese, Nick. Chalk and cheese rolls.
Chalk and cheese. You missed my chalk and cheese before.
No, I got it.
Well, dude, Chester Bennington, man, he fucking went from Linkin Park to Justin Bieber. And he made no fucking apologies for it. It's like, this is what I've always wanted to do after 20 years. Then he killed himself. You know what I mean? How fucking, like, dark would his mindset have been just because? That's fucked up, dude.
That movie sounds fucked up.
Yeah,
You know what? It's intrigued me.
I can just see like little kids crying and he's like just performing. It's alright, it's gonna like,
But I can just, you know what? It's intrigued me now. It's hit a switch where it's like...
Can you
is
imagine?
he dressed like a clown the whole movie?
I don't know.
I just saw a picture.
I got no idea, dude.
I saw a picture of a cut. It's not like a clown like we see a clown today. It's
like
more like the sad
bright
clown.
clothes.
You know, the sad clown
Okay,
with a little hat.
You know what? There's that fucking psycho that was in the Philippines. He's an Aussie guy, and he was making snuff films with a couple locals. Did you hear about it? He's just getting sentenced now. They're trying to try him for, like, the death penalty. You haven't seen it?
No, I haven't seen that.
Google it. I can't remember the guy's name. He's an Aussie. Just look up, I was reading about it. I can't believe I didn't actually save it. I think maybe because I was just fucking disgusted. I just want to put myself...
Peter Scully?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Australian child molester Peter Scully faces death penalty in the Philippines. You haven't read about him?
No.
He's fucked up, dude. He's, as of July 2017, he's on trial in the Philippines for numerous crimes against children, including the production and dissemination of sadistic child pornography, torture, rape, and murder. Right? Dude, he built up a lucrative international pedophile ring that offered pay-per-view video streams of children being tortured and sexually abused on the dark web. Among the victims who had their videoed ordeals sold over the internet was a 5-year-old girl who was hung upside down while Scully and 2 accomplices raped and tortured her. Like, literally. Dude, it was fucked up, right? The most famous one was called Daisy's Destruction, and he had like 3 girls. The oldest, there's like...
Daisy's Destruction.
Yeah. It became an urban legend, yeah? It was the most heinous of his output. It was called Daisy's Destruction. He sold to clients at up to $10,000. Made in 2012. The multi-part film was so extreme that it was sometime regarded as an urban legend, but it actually exists. Features the torture and brutal rape of a number of girls by Scully and like a couple Filipino accomplices, with 3 victims being like a 12-year-old and 11-year-old, and Daisy was 18 months. Urged on by Scully, some of the worst physical and sexual abuse was carried out to the children by one of his girlfriends, a former child prostitute, then 19 years old. It's fucked up.
So
right?
he's been doing this shit since back then, at least 2012, and he's only just got busted now.
I think last year. I can't remember. Gradually tracked down to Malaybalay city in the Philippines on 20th of February 2015. He was arrested. Investigators had 6 warrants for Scully's arrest, all relating to abduction and sexual abuse of blah 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 blah. Faces a total of 75 charges. Despite claiming he feels remorse, he has pleaded not guilty to all of them.
Twisted fuck.
I didn't do it.
75 charges of him videotaping, like, child abuse, torture, blah, blah, blah. He claims feeling remorse, but he's pleaded not guilty, meaning all the victims have to go to court to, like, testify now and go through it all. So he's on trial with all these others.
Yeah, I kind of feel bad about it, but I didn't do it.
Dude, he escaped in this year. Oh, there was a fire like 2 years ago, apparently destroying a lot of evidence. You know, they reckon he just bribed local cops to destroy the evidence. Yeah.
The old jerry cams splashed around the room.
Dude, the project coordinator for the United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime and an expert on child abuse investigations described the case as horrific and the worst she'd ever heard of. 2017, he escaped the looming threat of capital punishment after Philippine politicians excluded the crimes of rape, treason and plunder from a bill that reintroduced capital punishment. So, yeah, he's just squandering in a cell right now, just waiting to go to trial. 75 cases, and he's pleaded not guilty.
I plead the fifth.
Walk into the cell and put a bullet in his head.
Yeah.
And then walk out.
75 cases. He sold fucking videos of snuff films and shit online. But I was reading about the actual video, right? Because it was deemed that fucking nuts, where it was just like, this can't be true. You know what I mean? Like, no one would fucking do this.
No one can be this sick and twisted.
To the point where feds were monitoring if you were online actively looking for it, then you were getting, like, busted.
Good.
Because, like, if you're on the dark web looking for a copy of this movie,
that's fucked.
You're a fucked up
obviously
person.
you're fucked up. Yeah, and they were like, thing. Now, I thought about it, like, just reading the description or what actually, because, like, you can get, there are people that apparently claim to have seen it, you know, before it went offline or whatever, and they've got, like, descriptions in detail of what you actually see. Would you want to watch something that fucked up?
No.
Like, you know, you just said that the Jerry Lewis movie intrigues you,
Yeah,
right?
but that's... Yeah, I know you...
You know it's fake.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It's a story.
This is for... Like, this actually
real.
happened.
No, I choose to watch a lot of fucked up things.
But that... No, not like that.
You know, even maybe like a beheading, I would like...
Yeah, I've seen that
I'll
shit.
just
When
watch
ISIS
through it.
releases a new video.
Even though I don't
mean?
really like it, it makes me feel yuck. I still watch it. But that, like having a little daughter, like, nah, man, fuck that.
Yeah, no.
How fucked up is that? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like...
Well, they need to torture him.
Dude,
Killing him's the easy way out.
but that's the thing. All these crimes have been excluded now from a death penalty bill in the Philippines.
In the Philippines,
right?
so now he's...
So it could get life in prison, right? If it was in Australia, he'd get life in prison. If that.
But he'd get a TV and a kettle and a
Exactly.
microwave.
Dude, this is why I believe in capital punishment for those kind of people. They continually keep repeating, not learning...
Guilty beyond reasonable doubt.
Guilty beyond reasonable doubt, and he keeps fucking doing it.
Dude, 75 fucking...
He keeps
offences
on doing
that
it.
they know about, right, is pleaded remorse, but he's pleaded not guilty. How can you plead not guilty to that? We have you on video. You sold the fucking thing.
Who'll play the mental illness card.
Yeah.
Reminds me of a movie I watched, Law Abiding Citizen, which you need to watch. It's
Never seen it.
fucking fantastic. Jamie Foxx, one of the best
That's
movies.
familiar.
Jamie Foxx.
Yeah, dude.
When did he make
it's
it?
literally one of the best movies ever. It's all about the justice system and how...
This is like one of your other spurious, like...
No, I'm telling you, dude.
Best movie ever shit.
I'm telling you, you will love it. It's all about the justice
I
system.
love you're going to go to like Rotten Tomatoes or something. He's like, yeah, it's got like 2 votes.
The movie's all about this, exactly what you're talking about, the justice system and how criminals get off and how there's loopholes where they just get out of fucking...
Yeah.
Ooh, thriller drama. 2009.
Dude,
2009. Jamie
With
Foxx.
Gerard Butler.
Gerard Butler and Jamie Foxx, best movie ever. Exactly what you're talking about, like just these stupid loopholes and like... Oh, you'd love it.
I
Yeah.
thought about it straight away, as in like, what would happen to him if he was in Australia? He'd get life in prison, and chances are he'd be protected in prison. He'd have like a 23-hour cell.
He'd be hanging out with Martin Bryant
So
somewhere.
he'd have a 23-hour cell, and then get 1 hour outside by himself. Like,
Yeah,
you know
he
what I
wouldn't
mean?
have any human contact at all.
Not because he poses a threat to anyone, but
Because they pose a threat to him.
They pose a threat to him.
Yeah, no threat
He's
of getting
protected,
bashed.
dude. We don't get that kind of protection.
No.
If I go out on the street, I'm fair game to anyone, especially me. Like,
He's safe.
I'm not a politician. I'm not Bert Newton's son. You know, like, does that make sense?
Why is he safe?
Maddie.
Dude,
Why is he safe? He should not be safe.
Matty Newton or this guy?
This guy.
Well,
both.
because there's laws protecting him. And
Yeah,
you know
exactly,
what's fucked?
which
We pay
doesn't
for
make
that.
sense.
We pay for the security personnel that protect this motherfucker. How infuriating is that?
So infuriating.
Is that not fucked up? And meanwhile, you see all these budget cuts and shit coming every fucking day, taking a bit more out of the fucking, like, low-income earners and shit. You don't deserve public health, you know what I mean?
Should be right.
But
You know
that's what I'm saying.
What's more frustrating is the people that agree with that he should be just safe and locked away. Like,
I know.
there are people that actively agree with that.
Dude, this guy is beyond
He's a sicko.
like, he's a fucking sick, demented human being who profited from the fucking torture and abuse of children. Children!
And it says 75 charges. What about others that we don't know of? You know what I mean?
But
That's
you know what's
fucked.
funny? Like,
To go back and do it again, like, after torturing a little girl, and
dude,
then you go do it
75
again.
offences that they know about that they're chalking up to him.
That's just a
And he's
fucking...
pleaded not guilty.
That's a twisted
How
freak.
can you possibly write it off? Not guilty. 75 offences. Honestly.
That's what this movie goes into. You can just say it, and then you can just, they coddle you.
It's fucked.
Yeah.
It's fucked up. But remember mooning? How many years prison? Remember we were talking about?
Yeah. If you're caught mooning, it's like fucking 5 years in a slammer.
You know what I mean? Without a doubt, gone. You know what I mean?
Get him.
Dude, if I get a fine for speeding for like $180, my whole life is in disarray. Like, the fuck? Like, do you know what I mean? I'm driving carefully. I'm fucking looking over my shoulder, like panicking.
Peering down at that speedo every 2
like
seconds.
anchoring the brakes, like school zone. Fuck. You know? I'm already doing 35 and I'm fucking just crawling on the freeway, man. This cunt, literally, he's an Australian. Yeah. And if they send, I'm praying to God they don't actually send him here. I hope to God he gets tried over there because the Filipino prisons are in a state of disarray compared to the ones here.
Dude, they're going to torture him over there. It's mad.
Do you know what I mean? Like, there's probably more of a chance that he's going to get his comeuppance there than here. If he came here...
Oh, forget it.
Dude, private flight from fucking over there. Yep. Security... Dude, like fucking Mike Tyson's coming down to the rings. There's like 100 people in his entourage.
He'll get a meal on the flight.
Yeah, man. We're not even shackles, you know what I mean?
I wonder if it was one of those cases where he was like a suspected criminal, like ages ago, and they kind of just let it play out, like didn't act on it.
I don't know. I actually don't know. I've read into him when this first went down. Like,
I bet you there was like warning signs that they just ignored, like back.
Oh, standards. Dude, standards. but that's what I keep, like, how much, what's the right punishment? Like, people are like, oh, what are you going to do to him? Capital punishment. It's like, oh, then what is the acceptable punishment? Imagine your little girl was tortured on fucking video, abused, raped, beaten, hung up upside down to the point where she was fucking doomed, sold on the internet to all other types of
I think you'd have a different mindset.
Have a big fucking different mindset, man.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, go get Jessica Rowe or fucking Ida Buttrose or anyone and see how they would fucking feel about it. You know what I mean? But they never bring that up in, like, mass media.
No.
That's why I fucking push our podcast like 100%.
Yeah.
I say, bring it up, man, because the conversation should be fucking had.
Yeah.
You know, why are we fucking worrying about, curfew laws for fucking pubs? We can't have that. It's fucking dangerous. Oh, that incites violence. Dude!
Yeah, when there's shit like this.
When shit like this goes down, and what happens? All right, we'll send them to Club fucking...
Med.
Yeah, Club Med out in Ararat. Private cell, private chef.
Doesn't have any contact with anything. His own room.
Cost them taxpayers $110K minimum a year. Security guards. Yeah.
And he just dawdled his days away.
Yeah, dude.
See, back in the days, they would have given him a lobotomy, man.
Yeah, lobotomy, vasectomy.
Yeah.
Fucking...
tore him up.
What's it called?
Colonoscopy.
Just give him a good colon cleaning.
While he's there.
What are they called?
Yeah, for...
the eunuchs. The fucking eunuchs.
Yeah.
With big fucking garden shearers,
Rusty garden shears. Lop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? If he doesn't bleed to death, he can spend the rest of his life fucking walking around with a...
With no dick.
Yeah, literally. No shit. Isn't it like...
Dude,
it's like laughing about it.
Yeah, what the fuck? Why?
It's fucked up, but no one talks about it. And that's why I don't understand. I don't understand why it's so fucking taboo to bring this shit up. And you mention corporal punishment or you mention capital punishment. It's like, oh, no, we can't have that. I'm like, what do you mean, dickhead? Do you know what he did to get to that point? Dude, Julian Knight has an opportunity for parole.
No, no.
Like, do you know what I mean? Like, the fact that we're even discussing it. We're even discussing it. Like, are you out of your fucking mind? Think about it, man.
Why? Because it said a thing. He showed remorse. Okay.
When did that happen? Remember we talked about it last so the 80s, like 30 years, right? Let's just say 30 years, costing taxpayers between 80 to 110,000 a year for 80 years. For 30 years. How much money is that?
Just been a drain since he...
Do the maths. How much has this motherfucker cost us?
Just over $3 million.
$3 million!
Now he has a chance to get out and...
He's cost us $3 million!
And if he gets out, he'll get a pension.
Yeah.
Dude!
Be able to cruise the streets.
Yeah.
Like, you know what's fucked? Like, I'm still laughing about... It's funny, but it's stupid. Like the sushi thing. Yeah, like, for people listening, driving into work, my mate sent me a message saying... He asked me to guess where he was, and he was like a pediatrician. His missus was getting a scan 13 weeks in. He's got his second child on the way. At the same exact moment, I got sent a photo of some sushi that I made last night. And I said to her, this is what my life's about, man. Seaweed and rice, It's my grand, statement.
Yeah, but it tasted good, though.
Oh, dude. But the point,
Killer sushi.
it's so sad as to where my life is, right? And it's funny.
That was your little baby, the sushi.
And I said it out, I'm a fucking loser, right? Jesus Christ. My friends are fucking, having kids and shit, and I'm doing this, right? But at the same time, Julian Knight, what's his claim to fame? Shot up a bunch of people on Holder Street.
Yeah.
Cost taxpayers $3 million minimum, not including all the education he received in prison
and the court costs.
All the court costs of him fighting to keep an Adolf Hitler poster in his fucking cell. All right, $3 million. He's cost taxpayers. Claim to fame, mass murderer, one of the biggest in Australia at that time. And he's got the chance for parole now.
Did you imagine him, right, coming out?
My claim to fame, I work like a moron, pay tax promptly, right? I haven't gone out and strangled anyone. Dude, I could go to jail tomorrow for, failing to pay some other fucking fine. Yeah?
Or booted out of your house.
Yeah.
On the streets.
No shit.
Yeah.
I want to get a tooth pulled. I got no help.
Tough titties.
Dude, and we said Julian Knight's got a set of grills, you know what I mean? If he wanted them. If he wanted them.
I'm sure he could fight for them if he wanted.
Dude, he's right. He's right to a personal trainer, man. Sorry, did I cut you off? You were saying...
I forgot.
Seriously?
Did you acknowledge your family member up there today?
Oscar.
Who? Oh, Oscar. Where'd you get Oscar Wilde?
Yeah, I always say Oscar because of Oscar Wilde. What's his name?
How do you know
Isaiah.
Oscar Wilde? When
Isaiah.
Oscar Wilde was a similar... When was Oscar Wilde? Oscar Wilde was... Hang on. That's actually strange.
He was a poet, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Boy, Oscar.
He was an Irish poet, 1854 to
The Irish
1900.
brethren.
And a raging homosexual.
Oscar Wilde, but you don't know, Frank Sinatra or Dean Martin or Jerry Lewis.
My brethren.
Because he was gay. Is that why?
Was he? I don't know.
He is. It was a raging homo.
Yeah, man.
Oscar.
Is that why? That's got to be why.
But with a name like Oscar.
Oh, it looks like you as well.
Oscar Wilde.
It's another relative.
Put him up on the wall.
We have this whole wall.
Another Bobby lookalike.
Well, he's from Ireland. He's one of your brethren.
All of people you've never had anything to do with.
Somehow I'm just related to all of them.
Somehow you're Irish. You're related to a poet and a bushranger. That's fucked.
Gay poet and a bushranger. That sums me up nicely, doesn't it?
All right, what was that thing you were showing me about the Book of Revelations or whatever?
So there's a big thing online on the tube.
The tube.
September 23. There's going to be something that appears in heaven or something. Great sign.
It says, on this date, the sun will be in the constellation Virgo, obviously, along with the moon near Virgo's feet. Additionally, Jupiter, fucking something here, allegedly only happens once every 7,000 years. And that is supposedly a fulfillment of a sign in Revelation 12. This is what it says in the passage.
Hang on, before you start on that, can I just ask a question? How do constellations have any relevance to the Bible? Constellations were created by, fucking ancients in different societies. You know what I mean? Ancient Greeks, Aztecs, everyone had their own interpretation of constellations.
Well, the white man came and took...
Yeah. Now, are you telling me that they've appropriated constellations into the Bible? Maybe I'm just ignorant. I've got no idea.
Completely ignorant.
Well, yeah, there is a whole conspiracy thing that it never went away. It's like the study of the stars and ancient star cults are still alive and well today. And
Yeah, they are.
Catholic Church is a big part of it, apparently.
So it's a big hypocrisy.
Well, it says here, and a great sign appeared in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun, with the moon under her feet, and on her head a crown of 12 stars. Hence why we have 12 on everything. Time, 12.
Oh, okay. 12 apostles.
Months, 12, everything. She was pregnant and was carrying out your birth pains and agony of giving birth.
Okay, well, so what's going to happen?
Apparently
I'm just sorry, man.
Apparently it aligns to September 23, 2017.
What aligns?
I don't know, he had the maths up on the board, he was doing it. Some man.
He had the maths up on the board.
The graph explains it all. He made it quite clear on his timeline graph.
Oh, you got no idea what it is. It's just something's going to happen on September 23rd.
Yeah, I just got sent this, so I haven't looked into it. But
okay. What's
that's the
name?
skinny of it.
The skinny of
Well, the one
I love it. That's the skinny of
That's the skinny of this.
What's the gist of it?
That's the skinny of this great conspiracy.
What's his name?
The one I got sent was Robert Breaker.
Breaker is in break and then ER?
Yep.
Okay.
Breaker.
Is an evangelist. Breaker evangelist. Here we go. He's part of the Cloud Church.
The what?
The Cloud Church.
Cloud?
Thecloudchurch.org.
Seventh-day Clouds.
I swear to God, introduction to Robert R. Breaker III.
Oh.
Yeah, could you get more white? Like, seriously. Hang on. I love how, like, the third search in, like, Google. Breaker Robert, false teacher. Yeah, I haven't heard... Easy enough to find on the internet, the Cloud Church. What do we think of his teachings, he's asked? How about the Word of God? Blah, 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 blah. Check out the contrast between what Breaker teaches and what the Lord Jesus Christ has made known to us in the following writings. Breaker's organisation, the Cloud Church, claims to rightly divide the word of truth. You'll see this untrue according to the scripture side in these links. Okay, so it's just got like the two different things. Does someone want to open one up and then we'll just read the differences? It's like free will, the restitution of all things.
Hey, Johnny can do it. I can't be bothered.
Okay, you got to go to just search Robert Breaker and then go to a link that's called the Path of Truth.
Bobby Breaker.
Hey, Bobby! His name is Bobby Breaker. This sounds like a porn actor, man. Dude, you wouldn't take that name seriously.
Just known for breaking
Can you imagine this guy going for a loan? And he's like, you look at the application, it's like, so Mr. Breaker? It's just Bobby.
That's right, Bobby Breaker.
Your name is Bobby Breaker? Get the fuck out of here. Come back to me when you've got some ID.
Did you go to About the Cloud Church?
No. I went to Path of Truth, and then, like, the first search string is just called Robert Breaker, false teacher. Yeah. Like, if you just Google it, it'll come up in your results.
Yeah, I found it, yeah.
Did you? Yeah, the first thread, and just says, like, the asininity of the Trinity is the King James authorized version of the perfect word of God, and then it's got, like, diabolical doctrine, rapture before the Great Tribulation.
Yeah, I'm on that page.
Yeah. So open up one of them, and then one of us reads one and one of us reads the other.
Right, which one are you going to pick?
I don't care. I'll read the diabolical doctrine. The rapture before the Great Tribulation. You can just read the first one.
Johnny?
I'll do the free will one.
I'll do is the King James authorized version of the perfect word of God.
I love how it's like, oh, fuck, this is long as, man.
Oh, dude, this is fucking huge.
This is huge. Who's got time to read all this, man? Just go out and be a good person. Like, seriously. And that's the other thing. How fucking long and stupidly intricate are these fucking Bibles?
Yeah, cross-referencing with all old texts.
You check out part 3, section D from like 70 years ago, and you'll find the answer. But I just want to know. Look, I
just want to know if Subway puts in the meatball sauce.
Yeah, look, mate, go and fast for 40 days, come to me on Sunday, pay your fee at the door, then wait in line.
And we'll give you a cracker.
And we'll give you a roundabout answer, enabling you to, like, just come back and ask more fucking questions. You go home still disillusioned. You got no idea what's going on. So, look, am I going to go to hell or what?
So read the first paragraph.
All right, let's see what the fuck they say here. I love it's in English and Spanish. Many harbour the hope that because they are Christians, God will translate them from great tribulation and disaster, just as he saved Noah and Lot in the judgments of their day. What a rude awakening awaits so many. Really? First of all, almost all who name the name of Jesus Christ aren't Christians. Okay? That would eliminate most hopefuls if there was such a thing as physical rapture out of tribulation. But more to the point, the preachers and believers who seek substantiation for the escapist doctrine of a pre-tribulation rapture have a tenuous foundation in the scriptures. Dude, who can argue that God doesn't deliver us out of trouble? He's done it for me many times. Yes, he's faithful, and as the Apostle Paul declares, won't allow us to be tempted beyond what we're capable to bear, but will show us a way of escape. Corinthians, yes, he delivered Noah, Lot, and many others. On the other hand, consider Job. How could things get much worse for anyone? Where was his rapture? Then there are the suffering saints of the Hebrews. While one group conquered and had great exploits, the scriptures plainly declare another category of the faithful who didn't escape tribulation. Just crap. The point is God does according to his purposes and not as we may expect or desire. So in other words...
Thanks, big man.
Thanks for that, champ. You know what I mean?
Well, my one's, it actually tells me who Jesus is. Ready? Man will worship anything but God. There are Bibleators, there are idiolators who worship the Bible as though it was perfect because it is the Word of God. They search the scriptures thinking that in them they have eternal life. Yet they are Makes sense. They testify Lord Jesus Christ. They take the Bible to be the final authority. I understand. Jesus quoted from the authority of Scriptures. The Scriptures were and are foundational. However, ready for this? Jesus is the rock. Dwayne Rock Johnson is the rock. It says here, Jesus is the rock.
Oh, so it's the rock.
He's the one who wrote the Scriptures and of whom the Scriptures testify.
So Jesus is Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
Done!
Dude, is The Rock not treated like Jesus? They see him in fucking, like, all these movies like he's some sort of savior, all these motivational speaking. Get on Instagram, there's like a video of him doing push-ups, it's like 1 million views, likes.
Adorned by millions, yeah.
Yeah, man.
Oh, hell. The Rock.
See it like a testing trials and tribulations story from humble beginnings, fucking, sacrificed, and now he's like a star.
Can you
makes sense.
smell what it's cooking?
It all makes sense.
There you go. Hey, I've got an answer, at least. And I'm gonna take that literally.
Dude, but that's what I'm saying.
Because it came from a preacher.
Could we not take that literally?
Bobby.
Could we not take that literally?
Bobby Breaker.
Bobby Breaker.
What do you got there, Mr. Jeggings?
I just want to type in what's going to happen on September 23.
Dude, why don't you read that fucking thing?
Nothing's going to happen. Isn't that Granny Week? I'm serious.
It's prelim.
Yeah, prelim.
It is. Wait, let's see who's playing on September.
Well, we don't know who's in the finals
No,
yet.
but let's just see if it is that weekend.
Got two things to look forward to.
The Rapture.
The Rapture and the finals. I hope the finals happen first. I hope the finals happen.
No Australian will be paying attention to that, man. They'll be on their couches watching Buddy trying to boot a goalie from 60 metres. The fucking fire and brimstone comes to the sky like, listen, mate, just fuck off. Third quarter's nearly over. Just calm down. Come back tomorrow. Do you know what I mean? The Rapture and the finals.
What a good weekend. What a good weekend.
Jesus could be walking on water and we're all watching.
You were right, Nick. On this date, the sun will be in the constellation Virgo, in brackets, the Virgin.
Yep.
Along with the moon.
Purity.
Along with the moon near Virgo's feet. Oh, so that's what it's saying in the Bible. Basically, in the Bible, it's describing a astronomical alignment.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Because it's saying, like...
Okay, well, we just had an eclipse. Is that like a fucking precursor warning to something? They had an eclipse in North America that everyone lost their shit over, and Trump stared straight into the sun. What a fucking idiot.
I can do it, trust me.
Dude, they were talking about it for weeks. Do not stare into the sun. You'll go blind. There's a picture of Trump staring directly into the sun. Like, is that fucking...
He's immune.
Dude, is that not ridiculous? Like, seriously, man. The leader of the free world ignored all the warnings from scientists? Nah, I can do it.
You know what?
Just for a second, you know.
They can't tell me.
September 23rd is a Saturday prelim weekend.
There you go, you see?
Additionally, Jupiter will be in Virgo, while the planet Venus, Mars, and Mercury will be above to the right of Virgo in the constellation Leo. Some people claim that this is a very rare event, allegedly once in 7,000 years. And that it's supposedly a fulfillment to a sign which is in Revelation 12.
A sign of what, though? Like, what happens?
New Starbucks will open up. Like,
The Subway introducing new fucking strip. You know what I mean? Like
the pork belly fucking...
pork belly teriyaki chicken.
Slow roasted.
Diarrhea fucking mix.
It is weird, though, how
Have you
it's...
seen that ad for Subway? I cringe every time. It's some guy's like... I could go to Sunday roast with my mum, but rather than deal with the questions of when you're getting married or some shit,
I'll go to Subway.
I'll go to Subway and get a sandwich. You're a fucking loser, man. Seriously, you're gonna pick a strip sub over a fucking roast because you can't handle a few questions from your mother? Like,
bitch.
Seriously.
No wonder you're not married.
Actually, man, this is a fucking something that grinds my shit. There's all these fucking ads on TV that totally emasculate like men or make them look like dickheads. And I was trying to figure out if it would ever play in the opposite sex. There's one for washing powder capsules, yeah? Like you're putting your fucking washing machine, and it's got a dude carrying a hamper, and he shows up at his mum's house, and she fucking like takes the hamper off him and like washes his clothes.
How do I do this, Mum?
Yeah. Right? Could you imagine an ad where like, and the other one that did my head in was,
Wait, isn't that degrading both ways because it's so saying women are just good for cleaning and stuff.
Yeah. That was one, right? And there was another one. It's a Woolies ad for
Double-edged
insurance.
sword, Nicholas.
Dude, it's a Woolies ad for insurance. Mum is asking about where she can get the cheapest insurance for her son. And, like, her son's still living at home, and he's sitting next to her, like, looking completely dickless.
This is what you got to do, Jimmy.
And yes,
just jump onto this website. It's so easy.
No, and it's like, yes, and we do pay for, our son's insurance. So you have to ask, why is he still living at home? And then he tries to say, that's why I'm with Woolies or something. And she's like, that's why I'm with Woolies, blah, blah, blah. Looks like a completely dickless dude. Like, totally castrated, you know what I mean? I'm like,
This guy, every time, he's got 3 cans of Coke.
It's empty.
Dude, could you imagine if it was the flip? Like, insinuating that a woman's too weak to hammer a nail into the fucking wall, or,
Imagine an ad, like a home hardware ad.
Yeah.
And then she's trying to hammer a wall, right? And the guy comes, I got it, love.
Just give me that, baby.
Come down to fucking Timber Home Hardware or some shit.
Come down to Timmy Town.
Can
you imagine?
We've got qualified trades and technicians. Can help you out with anything.
It's got some woman, like, trying to hammer some shit. Can't do it, so she goes in, some big burly fucking dude comes and
Let
does
me
it.
show you, love.
Dude, the guy would be in jail. Right. Whatever fucking advertising marketing agency made that ad.
Yeah, it's horrible.
And it'd be like liquidated within 48 hours, fined, like every feminist group. Jessica Rowe would make a clip denouncing the thing, like, don't fucking use home timber and hardware.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It'd be on Studio 10. They'd be talking about how sexist and degrading it is.
And Joe fucking, what's his name?
He'd be
Hildebrand?
like, oh, yeah, I agree. Completely. He'd make some bullshit joke. They'd fucking throw him under the bus.
He'd have an opinion and they'd just all look at him.
You're getting whipped later.
Just shut up.
Joe, we
I'm
spoke about this.
We've talked about it. Keep your mouth shut until the commercials.
Dude,
Yeah, man. Yes, ma'am.
I'm kind of fucking can't let this Bible thing go. This September 23.
Look more into
it's
it.
just
It's pretty
weird.
cool.
It's weird how, like, the Bible in riddles tells you of this constellation event that's going to happen, which
In
is
2017.
But what's the constellation event?
I said it before. It's like when
Virgo.
Yeah, so Virgo, which is also the Virgin. This is what it says, the Bible passage. And a great sign appeared in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun, with the moon under her feet, and on her head a crown of 12 stars.
Hang on a second. Dude, fucking ancient civilizations were predicting shit like eclipses and lunar fucking cycles and all that sort of shit. They had it down pat.
Yeah.
It's not a new science. Like, literally, ancient civilizations had it down pat, right? They based their entire fucking theology on it, yeah? So you're telling me some fuckwits 2,000 years ago took an eclipse they knew was going to happen every fucking so many years, right? There's a lunar eclipse in South America between this day and this day. Cool. Let's fuck everyone over and just come up with a theory behind it to give some bullshit meaning.
I'll give you another theory.
But why is that in the Bible?
Because it's the biggest tool of propaganda.
Because the Bible's meant to be anti-astrology.
You want a fucking great example?
Like, the Pope actually came out denouncing astronomy, saying...
Exactly. So how can... That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Okay, dude, make your point before, because I cut you off.
My sons are going to be born around that time. Maybe he's the second coming.
Yeah, does that mean he could literally interpret
If
it
my
like
son
that?
is born on September 23rd,
Yeah.
what does that mean?
Does that make, like, literally, we could put that on the internet and say, the answer is here.
Here is
Just hold up-
your chosen
and
one.
just hold
Yeah, hold him up like fucking Simba getting held up.
I give you my kingdom.
No, I'm serious. But some fuckwits would read into that and be like, oh my god, it's the sign. You know what I mean? Dude, I'll give you a fucking great example of
If
it.
it, like astronomy and everything's so
Hang on.
pagan and
Evil.
why is it written into the scriptures? Like, why are they giving...
Because it's completely contradictory. You're surprised? You're surprised, really. They just found another tool.
I'm not surprised, but
Do you know
blind
why?
followers of the faith should be
because
looking
astrology. Because whoever wrote the fucking Bible knew that astrology and astronomy were big people movers. They already had. Okay, think about it. Like Trump, right? He used to be a Democrat, and then he came out in an interview and said, "If I'm going to run for politics, I'd run as a Republican because Republicans are the biggest sheep in the world, and you can get them to believe anything." So whoever wrote the fucking Bible said, "Joe, I've got an idea for the next book. A lot of cunts are following the sun. How about we convert them by mentioning their bullshit in our bullshit? How's that go?" Yeah, good idea, mate. Yeah, you're onto something.
But surely God wouldn't allow that in the Bible.
Yeah, but God wouldn't allow fucking pedophiles or anything, but he still lets them reign.
The Bible was astronomy, you know,
You're
it was
going
way
by the
before
theory.
the Bible.
The Bible wasn't written by God. It's not like a magical book from Parkins and fucking Robinson or some random publisher.
So
popped
why
out.
have we got ancient fucking beliefs getting put into the Book of God?
Because people are completely twisted.
But
Yeah.
which book of God? When is it?
Bible.
Which
Revelation.
Bible?
New World Translation, my friend.
Yeah, well, that's
No,
not...
which Bible? There's a
because
million fucking Bibles.
there's different...
And that's the other weird thing, like the Pope comes out and denounces any form of astronomy, it's all evil, but they have their own star watching fucking,
Oh, they do.
you know?
Yeah.
Like they study that shit. They've got their own lookout towers in the
But
Vatican.
the astronomy was, like Dim said, back in the ancient days. They used to be able to tell stuff by the stars and by the...
So if the Pope has a star watching fucking tower and they're watching the stars and there's links to astronomy in the Bible, yet he's coming out
You know what's
denouncing
funny, man?
it, saying it's evil, that's
All
just a big
this-
contradiction.
All this
right?
just reminds me, dude, all this reminds me of a fucking Tintin volume that came out, yeah? And it's fucking weird, alright? The story was called Prisoners of the Sun, okay? Basic synopsis, alright? It's a two-parter story. It starts in the Seven Crystal Balls, right? Basic synopsis of the Prisoners of the Sun. Tintin, his dog, and Captain Haddock, they arrive in Peru.
Oh, ancient Aztec sites,
Yeah,
I'm
hang on.
feeling, yeah.
Get this, yeah? They're there to get a parcel, right? Which, on the ship, their friend, Professor Calculus, is on, right? He's being held by kidnappers. They get on the ship. They learn that one of the abductors, they learn that the Calculus is meant to be executed because he's wearing a bracelet, right? Which he took off like an Incan mummy. Like, he found a mummy, and he's an absent-minded, like, professor.
Nice bracelet,
Yeah, he
yoink.
picks up this bracelet and puts it on his wrist, and then they see it as a sacrilege and all that. So these abductors are going to have him executed, right? They escape the ship. They go into the Andes, the mountains, and while they're there looking to find like where this professor is,
Machu Picchu.
yeah, they basically get kidnapped. They come across this ancient, like they find their way into this ancient civilization that's still going on, like Templars and all that sort of shit, right, dude? And the prince, like, because it's like an old ancient, like Aztec sort of thing, right? Like exactly what you're saying. They're in the Andes, right?
Yeah.
The prince decrees that these trespassers, right? They're all going to get executed by. They're going to have like a fire lit up. They've got like a big magnifying glass, so when the sun hits noon or whatever, it's going to start burning the fucking wood, and they're going to get burnt alive, right, on a pyre. While they're in their cells or whatever, Tintin picks up like he has like a newspaper wrapping, like from like something that he had, right, like some old newspaper, and he reads it. And does some maths, and he tells the captain, because he goes, the prince grants him a wish, and that is they get to pick the hour in which they're to be executed, right? That's like, 2 weeks, 3 days, whatever it is, but they get to pick the hour. That's the one form of clemency like that they get, right? And they're like, oh, great, thanks for the fucking, thanks for the heads up. Then Tintin reads something on a piece of paper, and he's like, you know what? Oh my God, this could fucking work. So, Tintin tells the captain, says, listen, whatever happens, just fucking trust what I'm doing. Just go with it. Like, whatever it is. He's like, I don't know what you want me to do, but alright, fine, right?
Worth a shot.
Tintin picks the hour. He's like, cool, let it be said. So he's just like, he's staying optimistic. It shows him like, just getting closer to their form of execution. The captain loses his mind, whatever. They get to the fucking pyre. The prince starts saying all this shit. Oh, sun god, like, blah, blah, blah. Shine us down, like, the rays and all these cunts. Tintin fucking says, it starts playing it up, saying, your god's not going to listen to you, blah, 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 blah. And he starts talking to the sun god, like he's acting along, right? He's like, don't obey him, obey me. Do not allow them to, burn us alive. Hide your face, this and that. Dude, he predicted, from the newspaper, there was a date for an eclipse in the area. And so the moon obviously goes between the sun and the earth or whatever, blocks out the sun. All the fucking ancients start freaking out.
Get scared,
like, oh my God, he can control the sun. Like,
this guy's magic.
Our God is listening to him. Set them free.
Yeah.
All right, this isn't a Tintin novel.
Yeah. Tintin going deep, but yeah, I like that.
Yeah, this was first printed in 46. It's 46 to 48. Right? And it's exactly that, man. It's the use of fucking astrology just to spook some cunts. Now, you're telling me that the cunts that wrote the Bible weren't aware of idiots that were still following, not idiots, but I mean, that's what they knew. Belief systems outside of their own. Why wouldn't they incorporate everything they possibly can to cast a big, wide fucking net?
Because God shouldn't let them.
Dude, it's like the hypocrisy of like we've talked about hypocrisy in religion all the time because there's too many conflicting things. Like, you know, should you can't allow someone the right to fucking die, but you can't have blood transfusions because that's playing God. So you have to make, like, do you know what I mean? You can let someone die because they're not allowed to have a blood transfusion, but you have to keep someone fucking alive with illegal drugs because you can't just let them die.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's the base form. I'm not just throwing J-dubs under the bus. I'm talking broadly.
Broadly, yeah.
Yeah. Dude, how many times... Greek Orthodox, like, Greeks are the fucking worst. Old Greeks are the worst because they equate, like, cultural beliefs and political beliefs and social, like, traditions and norms. They put them in a religion where they make up shit like it's blasphemous for Greeks to marry non-Greeks. You know what I mean? Like, it's like they outright justify racism.
Yeah.
They justify racism
by
and homophobia.
using God's word.
Yeah. Because that's what it's like. It doesn't say that anywhere in the fucking Bible. You're weak-minded.
Oh, no, it does. It does.
It's like, I defy you to find it in the Bible where it's okay to be racist.
It just does. It just does.
It just does.
Yeah.
Like, dude, Heimbeck, the fucking Nazi, right? All his speeches, he's got a big iron cross on his fucking chest, like a big fucking cross.
Yeah.
But they're talking racist shit.
Yeah.
God's word was to love one another, regardless of creed or fucking ethnicity.
Yeah. Totally.
But they fully believe, like, being discriminative. Like, do you understand what I'm saying?
Do you know the guys that wrote it sitting back going, how the half the world read it? I think we might have fucked up.
Yeah, we fucked up. But that's what I'm saying, man. They've gone too far now.
It's the bestseller.
It's
a bestseller.
Yeah, it's a best-selling book in the world. How much money has let's say, the Catholic Church or just religion?
How many followers do the Catholic
Or the
Church have?
secret families that finance this thing. Like you said, like all these families, secret families that run the world.
There's motive for all of this.
Like, all these people following, like, how can they just see something as simple as that? Like, clear astronomy.
Because they're products of their environment, man. Then that's the way it works. That's why, you know, Wool and Gabba don't want fucking immigrants.
Always back to Will and Gabba.
Yeah, because they're a small island community.
And that's where she's from.
Everyone's fucking white, playing Kumbaya, and
Crowded house.
Crowded house. I didn't fucking grow up with that. I grew up with, you know, Sanjay and fucking, you know, Oscar playing soccer. No Kumbaya in my fucking house. You know what I mean? But that's the thing. I take it for granted that I've had the luxury and privilege of growing up in a house where I wasn't forced to fucking look down on anyone that was different from me.
Open-mindedness.
Yeah. Not everyone is as open-minded as I am, or us. You know what I mean? But it's self-education, dude. Most people don't want to fucking learn. It's just easier to go down the narrow and think. Dude, do you see all those Charlottesville cunts? Half of them were getting asked why they're here, and they're like, oh, it's fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's
fun.
It's a riot.
Yeah, it's fun to be part of a big crowd. Like, they feel tough. You look at half of them, dude. They're fat, overweight, pimply, pasty wanks that probably work at fucking Bunnings. Couldn't get a route to save their lives. Haven't had a novel idea in ever. And their lives are just about working minimum wage, go home, watch a couple reality shows.
If they got a job.
You know, rub one out, go to sleep with their fucking Taco Bell or fucking
drink a Jack Daniels.
burrito burgers. Yeah.
They're such a small minority, though, right? But they have such an impact on everything.
Yeah, because they're praying to anyone that's as like. Okay, do you want to try? This is how ridiculous it was, man. Do you know what want to try? I did not know this. I only saw it yesterday on 2020, right? Actually, no. I saw it online. I was watching some social commentary. It wasn't social commentary. It was political commentary between 6 different people. I think I might have sent you the link last night. And they were all African Americans. And there was one guy that was working within the Trump administration. Everyone else was against him, right? Outside, right? Do you know what Trump sold his campaign to, like, African Americans as? He says, what have you got to lose? Like, you're at the bottom of the barrel.
So, in other words, he's saying they're dirt.
Yeah. He's like, you know, you got low-paying jobs or no jobs, you're in crime, you walk down the street, you get shot. Well, what do you got to lose?
Can't get any worse for me as well.
That's how he sold it to African Americans.
What a kind of a bloke, man, seriously.
He met, like, in Detroit, in thing. And, like, Michael Moore was saying it, because he lives in Detroit, in Michigan. And he's like, you know, I would go out and see, like, all this shit going on. He goes, all these Barack supporters that he knew were talking about voting Trump. And he was freaking out. And he tried to get in contact with the Democrats and stuff to tell them, you need to amp up your fucking presence in, like, Michigan, Ohio, all these sort of Midwestern sort of states, you know, with predominant, like, Trump's, predominant turned Democrats. And he's like, you need to fucking get your message out here because no one's following it. Because they were big areas where the economy was really hard hit. You know what I mean? And
They're desperate.
Yeah, they're desperate. They've got no jobs. And here comes a guy willing to roll the dice and say he's going to go anti everything that's going on. And he's going to change everything. So like, fuck it, let's do it. You know?
And again, people are sheep.
Yeah.
So they'll believe.
When you're desperate.
And when you're desperate,
Yeah.
and you just sort of, okay, something new.
Well, I might as well.
Well, think about it, dude. Like, think about Turnbull, right? Ever since Turnbull came in, what have we seen?
Nothing.
Nothing. Nothing.
Is he even in the country?
Dude, we've seen nothing, and all we see...
He's in the Bahamas.
Yeah. Every day it's a new tax reform where we're going to lose fucking weekend rates, penalty rates, we're going to lose this, we're going to fucking lose this. No one's doing anything. But if Shorten comes out doing the fucking moonwalk, saying,
Hey, guys.
Yeah, here are the facts and figures, like a fucking rodeo clown. Here are the facts and figures, juggling everything.
Yeah.
Dude, I'll vote for fucking Shorten. If
Just because it's something new.
yeah,
and like
if Shorten
a little
comes
bit of
out
hope.
and says we're protecting fucking weekend rates, we're protecting this,
And
we're
here's the
protecting
facts.
that, literally, in the first fucking 100 days, I'm going to fucking do this. Whether he does it or not, 100 days we're going to do this. Yeah, dude, you got my fucking vote because I'm sick of working for $11.50 on a Sunday. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Dude, you can't knock him. He had a great strategy. Shock and awe. You know what I mean?
That happens every time, right? And then there's nothing like, no monumental change. It's just sort
Nah, it's just more bullshit.
I remember when Trump first said he was going to run. Everyone
Yeah.
was like, what a joke.
What a
He's not going
joke.
to win. It's like the thing. He fucking won.
Fucking won. Eddie Murphy.
Eddie
Murphy. The same stand-up from the 83 or 82
Yeah,
whatever it
man.
was, 84.
Like, he fucking
Yeah,
won.
The leader should be like a really rational, articulate person that wants to actually.
I love how you've gone 180 from what you were talking about a year
I thought
ago.
Trump was your boy.
Yeah.
But like, there's
No, dude. Don't even-
we've got it on tape.
We've got the record. I will pull the recording out. We've got you on tape saying, you know, maybe that's what we need. Someone to just shake it
And you
up.
called, you go,
Blah, blah,
Trump,
blah.
my boy.
Trump's my boy. We all love
that was
Trump.
me being silly.
Ah! Dude, we have got episodes. I will call out our biggest listeners and
Yeah.
tell them to fucking pinpoint it, alright? Just to throw you under the bus, because fuck you. Alright? We were anti-Trump from the start.
You
and were fucking pro-Trump.
first loved Trump back at the dojo.
Yeah.
That was more of a joke.
No, it wasn't.
I didn't really love Trump.
Fuck off. You brought arguments up every time.
Dude, think about it, right? The leader should be putting a stop to all this nonsense. Like, not letting.
But he's not a leader.
Not letting Nazis
But the
march on
leader
the
is
streets
just a selfish Nazi.
armed.
Dude, you know the Secret Service is out of money?
Oh, yeah, but they blew their budget.
They blew
within-
their budget protecting his family on all the fucking
Holidays.
golf trips and holidays. They've blown the budget because of all the overtime and shit. They need a law passed to increase their budget in order to guarantee that Trump's going to have security. Because he's got like 41 people in his entourage or something. Like, that'd be stupid. And every time he goes on a golf trip...
Could you imagine the Secret Service? Do you reckon they look at this guy like, we're protecting this guy?
Yeah. Like, is he
Like-
really? I should just put a bullet in this guy's head and end it. Like, seriously. I'll take the bullet. Fuck it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What are you going to do? Just put me in jail? It's for the good of the nation.
Yeah.
Dude, it's so fucked up. You should watch that Kimmel clip because it nails it on the head because he just runs through a whole list of shit that he's done. Then it's like embarrassing photos for Trump. There's photos of like his cabinet from when his first day. No one's there. People are just dropping off. Like, I can't be part of this anymore. Like, people are like, I'll take the job. What's it pay? Yeah, all right, we'll see what happens. Then people are walking away
A week
from, like-
later.
Yeah, they're walking away from jobs or getting the sack because they either don't agree with Trump or they don't agree with Trump and they actively say, I'm done.
Look how much racial tension's flared up since he's come in.
Yeah.
Like, on
It
the,
never
on the
existed,
street.
like, to that degree.
No, it didn't. Like, that's.
Did
yeah.
we ever see protests
Now it's like
going
the
up?
Civil War again, like almost. Like ripping down statues and people rioting and on the streets armed. Like, it's insanity.
Donald J. Trump has done this.
Yeah, one man to thank for that, man. Like, literally one man to thank. Trump, that's it.
Such a backward step.
Massive backward step.
Like,
It's not even like a little, small step for man.
like we had this horrible, shady past. We want to get past that. And it's sort of, getting better. And now it's like, they're pitchforks fucking fighting with each other now again. Like,
Yeah.
it's all just fucking starting again. Like,
Yeah, man.
so stupid.
I was going to say, we have to bring it up before we sign off today. Mayweather McGregor.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But before we do that,
Yeah.
can I just say quickly, well done to the Carlton Football Club for beating Hawthorn.
Hey!
Just quickly.
Da-da-da-da-da.
After 14 fucking years, we finally beat them or something. It was 11 years.
I was sinking piss from the first quarter, man. I was just drinking.
Can I just say it was a great win?
Yeah.
Like, very happy with the boys. And, well done, boys.
Dude, I just like the fact we beat our drought. Like, we hadn't beaten them in 14 years or something.
Something like that. 12 years, I think. 12.
Since 2006.
Yeah, 12 years we haven't beaten Hawthorn. We beat them. And it's because of us. We shut them out of the finals race as well.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
They had a glimmer of hope.
Totally destroyed their life. And it was our 1987 premiership party that night.
Yeah, man.
All the stars aligned, you could say.
It was written, man. It was written.
Written in the
They all had
stars,
the belts
boy.
and the hash out. Fucking getting on it.
Crack
Don't worry
pipes.
about it, boys. Just get on it. Just fucking getting rid of it.
Reece Jones just like,
That guy would have been on the hams, man.
he wrote us a wedding card.
You serious?
Yeah, because one of our family friends, he's dating his daughter.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and he wrote me a wedding card, me and Ren, saying congratulations, and he wrote go the Blues, and he put number 40, whatever, 43 or whatever.
Was he 43?
I don't know. 26.
Oh,
David
no.
McKay was 43.
Was he?
Yeah.
David McKay.
Yeah, back in the day. Back in the 80s.
And did Kuda have the number after McKay?
Yeah. No. It sort of went into administration for a while. no one wanted it, and then went to Kuda.
Yeah.
Kuda fight Meaties.
And who's got it now? Fucking, who had it now?
Simon White.
Simon White.
Fucking white.
Yeah, we've still got we've got Sydney up in Sydney, and we've beaten them. And
They'll ram us.
They'll ram us. Buddy will kick 10.
Deep and hard. Deep and hard ramming.
Or, if they can't really move up and down the ladder, they might just tell the boys, just take it easy.
Not against us, because we fucked them earlier in the year. We broke a maiden there as well. We broke the Ducks back.
Well, that's the thing. After that Carlton loss, they probably said, like, man, fuck this. We lost to Carlton.
Yeah, and that's when they amped it up.
Yeah, and they haven't lost a game
they lost
since.
6 in a row, and then just smashed them all.
The Blues, really? This is where we're at? Yeah.
At least we're not going to get the spoon this year, man.
No, we're not.
Nah. Thank
Lovely.
God. We've got them, and we've got West Coast up in West Coast as well, I think.
The only people are saying, I've read some forums and saying, we're not going to get the spoon, but the bad thing is we're not going to get number one pick. So what? So
cares about the
fucking
number one
what?
pick,
Our
man?
future is looking amazing, man.
Yeah.
Charlie Curnow, that kid,
There.
fuck.
Kerno, Wiedering.
Oh,
We've got the team there.
Dude, and we've got a lot of injuries, man, this
I
year.
was gonna say, something else happened big in the AFL this last week.
Retirements, more retirements.
It was more retirement. Something else massive happened. I can't remember. I feel like we're dropping the ball. Oh, Chris Yaron.
Oh, yeah.
Was that Wednesday or Thursday?
Something like that. He comes out on the meth.
I told you, see, those photos. I showed someone at work
Dude.
the
Yeah,
photos.
chalk and cheese.
Yeah,
Sure,
yeah, fuck. Yeah, I showed an Essendon supporter was talking about it, and I go, dude, have you seen the photos? I go, he goes, because he said to me, he goes, you wouldn't have thought that. I go, you wouldn't have thought it.
Dude.
I watched him play for his last 2 years at Carlton. I go, you could see it.
Yeah, man.
His form dropped, and just his look. And then when he went to Richmond,
He looked fucked. He looked
fucked.
dishevelled.
Chalk and cheese, man. Like
Yeah.
he looked like what an ice addict would look like, man.
He took the photo and was like,
And you know what, man? Maybe, hopefully, like, that's the thing. It hasn't been widespread, like the two photos. Thank God I memed it up. Like, I'd love for people to actually share
They're
it.
two separate photos I sent
Yeah,
to you. As in,
exactly.
like, I go, look at the difference.
In such a short time.
Yeah, one picture's got colour in his cheeks. He's all like...
The other one looks gaunt. Looks just fucked.
gaunt and just staring absolutely into the camera. It's like, that's
And now
what
he's
happens
saying
when
he
you put a
found
Richmond jumper
religion.
on,
You know
man.
what? He says he found religion. If that's what helps him, then
Good luck.
good luck to him.
Yeah.
That's not a...
As long as he just doesn't start saying everyone else is fucked.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. I don't think so. I think he's going to try to get back in the AFL. Someone will rookie list him. He's too good.
He's
not
still young.
to-
He's what, 26, 27?
You know what would be a good thing for him? To stay in Perth. Because his family and stuff. So either West Coast or Fremantle rookie list him. Just rookie list him. A B grade rookie.
Yeah,
he plays 4 games,
West
5
Coast
games.
pick him up because fucking Mitchell's retiring.
Yeah, but if West Coast, they've got a fucking, they've got
Yeah,
a
they've got a
bad,
drug-
bad
they've got a-
drug culture at that
they've got a
club.
drug culture.
They're all on the hams here, man.
Come in, Chris.
Yeah.
His
how they
experience
follow
in
you.
smoking a cracky.
And then I love how on the flip you got...
But then he started injecting.
Dude, you got Ben Cousins on the flip.
Yeah.
He's like death's door in prison.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, he's
He failed drug
Test in
drug
prison.
tests, man. How do you fail a drug test in prison?
Yeah.
I don't know how, but like, that's fucked. That's clearly fucked up, man.
That's fucked.
Do you know what else is fucked up when you were mentioning players' jumpers, like numbers?
Yeah.
I just realised something. Like, I've been obsessed with that movie, The Number 23, lately, with Jim Carrey.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I've seen it.
It's about this psycho. On the
Yeah, I've seen
23rd.
it. I've seen it. Maybe it's a sign for you to watch the...
Might get some hidden signs.
Maybe you
Do
need...
you know today's the 23rd?
No!
Wow.
What the fuck?
I just said to myself, hang on a minute, what date is it
What
today?
the fuck?
I didn't know that.
It's the 23rd today.
We've been talking about the 23rd the last 2 hours.
This oracle
He's
shit.
freaked out. Look at him.
Dude, you know why? Do you know why? Because this oracle shit's been happening to me heaps lately. Like, weird stuff, dude.
I love it. He thinks about jerking off at work, goes home,
how's this?
jerks off 2 hours later.
On page 23.
How's this?
In
Dude,
23 seconds.
dudes, how's this for a weird how's this for a mystical moment, right? I'm listening to a podcast.
Yeah.
And in the podcast, they were talking about how the Irish turned the waters green on St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah.
At that exact point where they were talking about this certain family that dyes the waters green, my podcast got interrupted by a message. I opened the message and it was someone sending me a picture of their bath dyed green by the bath bomb that they used.
The fuck? That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's fucked.
Yeah, and stuff like this happens to me on a daily basis. But that was one where I just went,
But did
green
you
water.
Yeah, that's
really?
Do you know what I like?
But did you know it was the 23rd today? No.
I didn't know it was the 23rd.
You know what's funny, bud? We're just talking about how your caption in our on our website and our profile photos is Mystic Bobby sees otherwise.
Yeah.
So far, you've predicted the rise of Trump and like how he's going to change everything for everyone. Carlton like being flag favourites. Yeah. What else have you predicted? Like this random shit that went nowhere.
We've had some, you know what though? We've had some creepy shit happen.
Trump? A year ago, you're like, yeah, Trump's going to change it. Carlton's going to be in the flag. Like, what the fuck?
Do you reckon we can make the finals? We've got last round.
Yeah, we were fighting and fight off the spoon. Just gone to shit.
Mystic Bobby says otherwise.
Yeah, bad.
I'm the reverse Mystic.
No, this podcast will be great. Trust me. Dude, just shut the fuck up. Don't talk about it.
That's weird though, right? That green water thing?
Yeah, that's pretty
fucked.
creepy.
That's
So things as creepy as that happen to me on a daily basis.
Today's the 23rd. That is so fucked up.
That's creepy.
Buddy Franklin, number 23. Like, you know what I mean?
What's the plot of the number 23, the movie? I looked up.
I can't remember, man.
I'll bring it up now.
It's been a while. I know it's a dark, like, fucking movie.
But it's all coming together. Like, I just said that, and then the date is the 23rd today, which I had no fucking idea it was.
You don't know what day it is.
Oh, what?
Nah, man.
I'm scared.
Scared of what?
All right,
All these weird fucking mystical shit that keeps happening to me.
So you want to know the plot? The plot involves an obsession with the number 23 enigma, which is the idea that all incidents and events are directly connected to number 23. His name is Walter Sparrow. He's an animal control officer and married to Agatha. They have a son, blah, blah, blah. At a bookstore, Agatha begins to look at a book titled Number 23, written by Top Secrets. She later gives Walter the book as a birthday present. Then that's where it all begins. Walter starts reading the book, noticing odd similarities between himself and the main character.
You know the difference between me reading facts and this guy reading facts?
A detective who refers
You're
himself...
just rubbishing it all like that. It's pointless.
Walter begins to
I'll
have
take the
dreams.
delivery.
Walter begins to have dreams about murdering Agatha. Walter becomes obsessed with the number 23, just as the writer of that book did. He went nuts.
I'm Walter, okay.
And tries... he tries to warn Agatha
That's
that
what it is.
the number is going to come after her, and she tells him he's crazy. Walter comes to realize that he is Top Secrets, having written the book as a way to rid himself of the guilt he felt over murdering a woman named Laura. He was never suspected of the crime, and a man named Kyle Finch was convicted and imprisoned instead.
Probably just reading the whole script here.
Yeah, just spoiler alert. Yeah.
He then remembers that he dated Tollins 13 years earlier, but that she had left him for Flinch. Finch or Flinch?
Pinchy.
Finch or Flinch.
Walter stabbed her to death in a jealous rage, blah, blah, blah. He jumped out the window, but survived and was later left with amnesia. Here we go, last bit. Feeling he will hurt his family, he leaves home and moves to a hotel, the same one in which he attempted suicide. Agatha finds Walter at the hotel and tries to assure him that he's no longer the person he was when he wrote the book.
Yeah,
He insists that he's a killer and
don't need to watch the movie now.
and tells Agatha to leave before he kills her too. He leaves the hotel and runs into the street where he nearly allows himself to be run over by a bus. The bus steps out of the way last minute. Then he realizes his son was watching. He turns himself into the police and is awaiting sentencing. Having been told that the judge will likely go easy on him, a funeral procession takes place in front of Tollins' grave, where it is implied her body has finally been laid to rest. as the flinch man observes a free man.
Thanks for that very thorough play-by-play of the whole movie.
No worries.
No need to watch shit ever again.
Done. 10-year-old movie. You should have watched it by now.
Too bad.
Too bad. So sad. Blow me.
You're fucked. Okay, Oracle Bobby, what's your prediction for Mayweather McGregor?
I don't know, man. I don't know. No idea.
Oh, come on, you can't just say that. You have to have some idea. You consider yourself an expert on the subject?
I don't consider myself an expert.
Fuck off.
I have no idea, though.
What are you talking about?
Like, what do you reckon? What's going to happen? Do you reckon Mayweather in, like, 6 or...
Yeah, give us
McGregor,
a round.
TKO? Or...
I honestly can't say, man.
I thought you were fucking the Fight Supremo. Come on, fat boy.
Mayweather's come out saying, what's it called? Mayweather's come out saying that McGregor looks fat, like he's not going to make weight.
No.
It doesn't. It looks fit.
He'll make weight.
He'll make weight.
Fuck, he's not going to let this go, mate. Believe me.
There's no reason why he wouldn't make weight.
No.
I think it's all stupid and I refuse to watch.
Fuck off. Are you going to come and watch it on Sunday?
Yeah.
It's
he's
I can't.
he's working, so we're going to watch it at the Stamo.
So I'm going to get a...
No, hang on, wait a second. Typical troll man. Let me say something.
Let's Skype.
Let's say something, cunt.
You can sit there. I'll put you next to the table.
Every time...
Wait a second. Every time we say we're going to fucking watch something or do something, me and this guy turn up.
Football, FIFA,
anything. You're the one that supposed to have your lavender fucking bath.
We just don't hear from you, though.
Yeah,
Like
you go MIA for like 48 hours.
Off the radar, if you will.
Jerk yourself into a coma. You know what I mean? No, hang on. Shut up, because number one, Mayweather McGregor's we've been talking about for nearly a year.
Yeah.
Nearly a fucking year now. We're going to go watch it at the Stamo. A whole bunch of boys from work and a couple other randoms that I know. Stamo. Stamo's like fucking 8 minutes from your house.
Literally 8 minutes.
Literally.
Yeah, I know where it is. I know how, yeah.
I'm going to live stream it somehow.
Okay.
While I'm working.
You were planning on watching this, you've said it, and we've moved the location to a pub 8 minutes from your house. If you're not there on Sunday because you got lazy, decide to live stream.
He's going to come to your house.
Yeah. Oh, I swear to God, I will leave and come and...
Bobby!
Whatever McGregor does to knock Mayweather out, I'll fucking apply the same technique on you, man. I swear to God.
And you can get yourself a Palmer after as well.
Yeah.
In a pot.
I'm telling you, dude, don't be a hack.
Pot.
You have to come to this. This is the biggest fight of, like, the century.
This is it.
It's never been done before.
Well, especially our generation.
Our generation.
Like, we're not going to see a fight like this again.
This is Foreman fucking... Ali.
We haven't seen a fight like this ever.
And the world...
He's not going to come. Look at him. He's like...
You're a fat...
Just thinking of ways to get out of it. And, yeah,
you're a fuckwit. If you don't come, you're a fuckwit.
No, honestly, I can't comment on who's going to win because I just don't know. Like...
But it's just
such a weird matchup, and like it's never really been done before.
What's your feeling?
It's like I feel like they're both going to go in there and give it their all, and someone's going to fucking cop it.
You're such a fence sitter, man.
He just wants to sit on something.
Just impale.
Rather than stand there and throw blows, he's going to sit there on something.
Yeah.
Sit down.
What's your prediction, Trollman?
McGregor.
Second tier.
McGregor.
I reckon McGregor will knock him out within 5 rounds.
Okay.
In all honesty, like that's. And not because I don't like Mayweather, I've got no affiliation really with
You've
any of it.
jumped on the McGregor hype train and you're just riding it.
Not a hype train. Not a hype train.
You've been screaming about McGregor for fucking a year.
Longer, dude. I've been watching McGregor when he was nobody.
But that's what I'm saying, dude. But now he's getting on the hype train, and you refuse to say what's going to happen.
Yep, I
dude.
Yes.
Good.
I'm telling ya, within 5 rounds. I reckon he'll knock him out in the 4th or 5th round. If he catches him. If he doesn't, it'll go to decision.
Such a weird matchup.
It'll go to decision. If he doesn't, because Mayweather won't knock McGregor out. I'm telling you.
Yeah,
I don't think he's strong. I don't think he's strong enough to, especially when he's
But the only thing is, he's quick enough. If he catches him, if he catches McGregor, maybe.
Okay, this is okay. Because I'm going by what you're saying, and what you just said too is true. All right, I think, because I've watched fucking countless interviews, man. Like, I've watched McGregor, Mayweather, I've watched trainers, I've watched all the fighters that they've fought, like all that shit, you know what I mean? This is what I put it down to, right? McGregor has got the power to knock cunts out. One punch knockouts. He's done it in the UFC,
His
right?
left.
He did it to Aldo, yeah.
Yeah, Aldo, there was another cunt. That other fucking, one of his first fights.
Yeah.
You know, the ref just pushed him away, like, get the fuck away from me.
Yeah.
Like, you've knocked the cunt out with one left. We know McGregor can knock people out. Mayweather hasn't knocked anyone out in like fucking 10 years. He's got brutal hands, and he's a defensive fighter.
That's a fact.
This is when I this is when I completely started believing some of this shit, right? Mayweather came out in one of his interviews. I don't know if you saw it.
Is this where you started to hop onto the train?
No, it wasn't the train. But this is when I started to formulate my theory, right? Mayweather started saying he's going to go to McGregor. is going to take him down.
He's going to get knocked out.
Yeah. And they're like,
Which
why?
he's never done before.
Yeah, he's never done it. He's been a defensive fighter for 20 years.
Now he's going to change the game plan.
Now he's
all of a
going to
sudden.
change the
But I
game
will
plan.
give Mayweather something. He's one of the greatest, man.
No,
The way he moves around the ring.
I always said it.
Yeah.
Mayweather is 49-0, not by accident.
Dude,
right?
49-0. Doesn't matter who you
49-0.
fight, you haven't lost.
Yeah, you haven't fucking lost, and you've fought
Yeah.
champions,
It
right?
kind of does matter who you fight though, because apparently there's a lot
but
of talk.
he's-
But he's fought champions.
He
though.
always-
champions.
he always-
He fought fucking
Didn't he fight De La Hoya and stuff?
Yeah, he fought De La Hoya. He's the
Dude.
one that officially took the torch off De La Hoya.
Yeah, when De La Hoya was past his
It
fight.
wasn't
Nah,
past
man.
his
Nah,
prime,
man. Nah,
It was at the end of his career, but it wasn't past.
He
his
could
prime.
still fight, man.
He fought. Look. Ricky Haddon was past his prime.
Yeah, that was a joke.
All right, Ricky Haddon he knocked out, and Ricky Haddon was past his prime. Right, they were two different worlds apart.
I think
right?
someone gave a rundown on it. Like he
Ricky
he chose
Haddon-
the fights that he thought we had an advantage in.
No.
You know?
You can't do that for 20 years. 49.
Because he turned
fights.
down so many fights, like for
He
so
turned
long.
down fights, but he did fight. Like he fought fucking decent fighters.
Like a
right?
true champion to me should be like whoever it is.
Yeah, whoever steps up, like McGregor.
But he'd wait. He'd pick and choose, and he'd
Yeah, yeah.
wait for certain times, like
He
sneakily.
has fought champions, right? And you can't win 49 fights
Without fighting some bums.
without being forced to fight either a bum or a champion. You're going to fight bums,
Yeah.
and you're going to fight champions. So it's,
Fill-in fighters, you know.
yeah. Dude, he unified how many belts? Like, you know what I mean? He didn't just do that by accident.
Yeah.
He had to have fought some quality people. Opponents,
And he has.
Right?
And
he
he
has, right? But this is when it turned. When he started telling an interviewer that he's going to go to McGregor and, like, put him away. And they're like, why? Like, why? You've been a defensive fighter, like, your entire life. Why are you coming up with this shit now? And he said, for the fans, I feel like I let them down. They weren't happy with the Pacquiao fight. You know, like, yeah, they weren't. No one was happy with the Pacquiao fight. He just fucking did his defensive shit the entire time. Won on point.
But he still made probably $100 million.
Yeah, he made stupid
gives
money.
a fuck.
But he feels he's let the fans down, so now he's going to go to McGregor. It's like,
shit.
dude, you haven't fought an attacking offensive fight for 20 years, and now you're going to try your hand at a guy that's like 12 years younger than you.
Yeah, at 40 years of age,
All right.
brittle hands,
Yeah,
and you're going to try and knock him out.
You're going to try and knock out a guy, and this is when I flipped as well. McGregor in an interview said he's not scared of fucking Mayweather's shit. He's not going to get knocked out. He's not going to damage shit. He's going to go through his attacks and knock him out. And like, why are you so confident? And he goes, I'll tell you why. Because I come from an MMA background where we take elbows to the face, we take shins to the face, and we shrug it off and keep fighting.
True.
You know what I mean? And you think, I'm going to get stopped by a guy that if he gets dropped, gets 10 seconds to come to.
Yeah.
Where I come from, if you're on the ground, you're going to
Mate.
defend yourself to the very end.
Yeah.
And no holds barred short of gouging. You know what I mean?
And you know, McGregor actually started boxing when he was
Yeah.
younger. He was a boxer. His idol is Muhammad
dude,
Ali. Like,
that
literally.
made sense to me. Like, not only does McGregor have punching power, we know he can knock cunts out. Also, you think any one of Mayweather's punches is just going to knock him out cold? Where it's like, dude, he takes an elbow to the face and just shrugs it.
Kicks to the head.
Fights with smaller gloves and takes an elbow to the face and just shrugs it off and just keeps swinging.
Yeah, a much tougher guy than
Yeah.
Mayweather for sure.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Who would you back? The guy that has been forced to defend himself against elbows to the face, or the guy that literally gets, like, every time if they clinch in boxing, all right, break it up, you two, and like they get to realign.
Yeah,
Did you know,
different
I
thing.
saw an interview with McGregor, and he's like, so what? You're going to put me in a ring, right? He goes, with padded gloves, and he goes, I don't have to cop kicks, I don't have to cop elbows. Yeah, fucking bring it! Like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I just have to use my hands.
There's a limited rule set.
Yeah.
Like, he goes, and I'm going to be coming from every fucking angle. He's going to see punches he's never seen before, had to deal with.
Yeah.
And I thought, you know what?
And he's always had trouble with southpaws.
So I formulated this theory, right? McGregor will either knock the cunt out within the first 4 rounds, or Mayweather will win on points after 12
That's
rounds.
what I said. Yeah,
One or
exactly.
the other.
If it goes a distance,
It'll go probably Mayweather's
Mayweather
way.
will just
because
win.
technically, he's a good fighter.
Yeah.
As in
he knows how to look for opportunity.
Yeah.
He knows how to counter. He's one of the best counter punchers.
He knows how to get those
That's
points.
how he beat Pacquiao. That's how he beat
Yeah.
everyone.
Yeah.
But if it comes down to like sheer like
Finished.
full all-out assault, if Mayweather thinks he can drop the gloves and go in and take out McGregor,
Nah.
good luck.
Nah.
Yeah, so he's basically lying. He can't go in with that game
If
plan.
Mayweather plays it smart and just does what he's done for 49
He'll
fights,
just go to points.
yeah, he'll win.
That's the only way he has a chance of winning.
Yeah,
Right?
he has to go
Conservative.
the way he's been going the last fucking 20 years.
You know, if McGregor wins, you know what's going to happen? All his fans are going to be like, well, he's 40 years old. What do you expect?
Yeah.
Blah, blah. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Here come the excuses. If McGregor loses, I can see him staying with boxing. I reckon I can see him doing other fights. Saying as in, all right, I lost to him as a champion because McGregor's quite humble if he loses, and whether he wins or loses, he's actually quite a humble guy.
Yeah, it's all show to ramp up the fight,
like with Nate Diaz, when he lost to Nate Diaz, even after the fight, he goes, "Well, he was better than me." It's like,
I'll come back.
I'll come back. Like, I mean, he was better on the night. I did some stupid shit. He got me down. He got me.
Yeah,
That's
he
it.
says in this interview, he goes, like the last one I watched, he's like, I respect anyone who fights, whether it's in a gym in front of 20 bums or in a stadium with a million
fighting
people. You're putting yourself in the ring. I respect the fighter. And Mayweather has achieved a lot. But when it comes down to it, in that ring at that time, the belts, the accolades, none of that means shit.
Yep.
It's just, you're there, you give it everything you have, no fucking... No,
You've got two guys going at it.
Yeah, it's just you fucking do it. He goes, and at the end of the fight, I'm going to pick him up off the floor and shake his hand. That's what he said.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, that's cold, man. Like,
Well, there's actually a thing, before his fight with Alvarez, and they were doing the build-up to the fight, and they had, like, this little thing on him.
He destroyed Alvarez.
And he actually said...
That was laughable.
that was just fucked.
Well, he said Alvarez shouldn't have been in the ring with him.
he
That
had
was
no reason-
in
he
the
had
octagon.
no place.
business being in there. He just goes, as the fight gets closer, I become colder.
Yeah.
He goes, just don't talk to me.
He goes,
Like-
what do you want? It's a fight. He goes,
Yeah.
I have no respect for I guess I respect him outside of the ring up until that point, but in the ring there is no respect.
Did you see what happened today with that Paulie fucking thing?
No.
They did the promo thing, and that Paulie guy got in his face, and McGregor threatened him. Oh, I've got to try and find the video.
What, they did another promo for the fight?
No, not a promo. Like, it was like a
Press conference?
media...
A press conference?
Yeah.
What, with Mayweather and McGregor?
Just with McGregor, I think. I'll find it for
I
you in
haven't
a
seen
second.
it.
Because I was saying if he beats Mayweather, then they want to give that Paulie guy an actual shot.
Yeah, he wants to fight.
Dude, McGregor will fucking...
Dude, he fucked him in training.
Did you see his face?
Setting himself up for
Dude,
life
did you
right
see
now.
his face?
And everybody's just like...
That Paulie guy has still got scars from the fight. You saw him... I'll show you the thing, the video. He's got black eye all over his fucking thing. That's from McGregor's fight. Oh, dude, you're going to love this. If I can try and find it.
Then there was that rumour came out that Mayweather got knocked down in his gym or something.
Dude.
People are saying it's all just for, like...
It's all publicity.
To ramp
though,
up the
dude.
betting
Yeah,
and
absolutely,
change
man.
the swing of-
Dude, could you imagine, like, how much money betting is going to take now? Like, how much these sports bet and all this kind of stuff. And it's like, what do you mean this guy? Like an amateur, he's a professional fighter, this Paulie guy, but he's not well known, and he already knocked down McGregor. Imagine what Mayweather's going to do to him. Bang! 100,000 on Mayweather, or whatever.
Yeah.
So...
And then another video will come out and people will sway and then vote a whole ton of money on McGregor and vice versa, yeah. But there's so many variables, like... I don't know, it's hard to say one way or the other.
What happened to John Jones? Something just happened.
What happened to him?
I don't know. Did he get done for drugs again or something?
Really?
People are all over it. Yeah. Hang a second.
What have you done now, Johnny boy?
See what he did. Failed drug test again. John Jones steroids. Dana White confirms 22 minutes ago, confirms failed drug test from UFC 214.
Oh, so
when he fought Daniel, is it Cormier? Whatever his name
Cormier.
is? Yeah.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I wasn't expecting that, because he'd totally turned himself around.
Yeah.
People had forgiven the fact that he knocked down a pregnant lady and drove away from the scene. And now he's doing oh, man.
That's so fucked up.
Talk about someone that just doesn't learn their lesson.
Paulie Malignaggi and Conor McGregor get into heated confrontation. As Conor McGregor made his grand arrival ahead of his highly anticipated Saturday bout against Floyd Mayweather, the UFC lightweight champion held a brief session with the media. It was just a quick whatever. While making his exit, McGregor stopped once more to speak with the media. As McGregor was talking, former sparring partner Paulie listened intently to what he had to say. Moments later, Melala headed towards McGregor's manager. A few words were exchanged, and McGregor headed towards him, put his hand on his shoulder, and asked what Arda said. Most of the words were inaudible, but that Paulie guy kept asking McGregor, "Did you bring your balls?" McGregor started laughing and said something about, "Look at your face. Like, look what I did to your face." Yeah, and then someone wrote here, "With all due respect to Paulie, I don't think Conor McGregor has ever forgotten to bring his balls anywhere." Look what he does in the fucking octagon, man. Like, you telling me if you've got no fucking balls, you're going to jump into an octagon or jump into a ring with Mayweather? Like, come on, man.
No, he just did blindly, arms down.
And Showtime events, as in the boxing, whatever they're called, they've hired this Paulie kid to be a commentator on the fight. Now, could you... It's going to be... They can't. People are saying you got to get him off there because his opinion of the fight's already been made up. Like, he's just going to be bagging
his
McGregor
mind,
the
yeah,
whole
true,
fucking
yeah.
time.
So that then McGregor walks in, just punches him out in like 3 seconds. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they're basically just setting it up for a showdown between them after the Mayweather fight.
Yeah.
I want to see it in an MMA ring.
No, but then no one would ever do it because McGregor would kill everyone.
But see, Mayweather said, he was like, I'm happy to step into your world.
And he's
What
like,
are you nuts?
Stop talking shit.
Yeah.
And that's why.
Yeah.
Mayweather just went too far.
Yeah, it's like, dude, we know you're lying. Stop.
He could have just sat back and said, just wait till the day, and then, like,
But
whatever happens.
I'm happy to step into your world. Dude, you'll be dropped. If McGregor can knock out Alvarez, Aldo, these are champion fighters, man. Aldo hadn't lost in 10 years. And he knocked him out in like 36 seconds. Aldo had not lost.
It's the first significant punch.
Dude, Aldo had not lost. He's a champion.
Yeah.
And Alvarez, he threw him around like a rag doll. And this poorly kid's like, and Mayweather, I'll jump into your ring. Man,
You're not going anywhere, man.
Stop lying.
funny.
You know what McGregor goes, I could have both hands tied behind my back and I'd still beat you.
Yeah.
It's like you've got nothing else to say, so you just, I'll do it. Yeah. You know all the time that you're
Oh,
lying.
dude,
You're
it's just
straight up lying.
ridiculous. Anyway, fuck it, Al. So what's your prediction?
Yeah.
Don't have one.
Oh, you're such a
fuck
face
off.
city
I'm just
bitch.
You're the first cunt to throw out a stupid opinion,
I'm just
and
gonna,
now
I'm
because
just gonna turn up on the day and enjoy the fight and see what happens. boy.
are you going to turn up on the fucking day?
Yeah.
Okay. I can
Turn
go.
up on my couch in my
What time's the
drafts.
fight? 11?
No. I think the main event starts at like 12, so the fight will be about
Undercard.
2 to 3.
They'll have undercards
Yeah,
and shit
yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
I know. I'm going to get there about 11:30. It's gonna be
Have a Palmer and a...
Dude, I'm Ubering it. I'm fucking Ubering
Yeah.
it. I've got the day off from work.
Yeah.
I'm fucking Ubering it there.
You know what? Get yourself a seat and sit there and don't move.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of us going, man. A bunch of guys from work, and I've said it. And you know what? This is a 61st episode, and I've got about 100 fucking little things that you were meant to rock up to and you never did. All right? And I'll go back and find all the audio. I don't give a fuck. I'll do it. You've been talking about this fight for fucking ages. You've been talking about McGregor for even longer. The biggest fight of our generation is here on Sunday. You've said you're going to come. We're going to a pub 2 seconds from your house. There is no fucking excuse.
I'll be there.
So calm.
I'll be $20, he doesn't rock up.
I'll take some of that action.
Give me 50.
Can you give me a double? Give me a McGregor and Johnny not rocking up. What odds can you give me?
Give me 50. Johnny Bonnie stays on his couch.
And McGregor win.
I'll stop
within
betting.
5.
Oh, up a multi. What was he doing? He was jerking it.
Double multi.
Watching some conspiracy in a bar.
Eating baked beans on toast.
An egg. One of those soft-boiled eggs.
That's such a possibility. That is such a possibility.
No faith
I'd
whatsoever.
take those odds. I'd take those odds.
He wants some action on himself.
And then just stays home anyway.
Can I get in some of that action?
You're a cunt.
Oh, fuck.
Zero faith. You're such a fucking man.
The shame it's not like a real fight against two like champions at the top of their game. It is just like a bit of a menagerie.
It's a novelty.
It's a novelty.
It's a novelty. It's a caricature, dude. There are a lot better fights coming up in the next, couple months. In the next month.
the fact that these guys are going to make like $100
GGG
million
versus fucking, what's his name? They keep pushing that as like real fucking fans will watch this, not
Yeah.
like this.
two guys at the top of their game.
This carny fucking thing.
Yeah, it's a carny.
Yeah.
And they're making a ton of money out of it.
It's just, it's going to be funny though.
Yeah.
And it's something I reckon be funny to watch.
Yeah.
And something everyone's forgotten about Charlottesville. You know what I mean? No, seriously. Everyone's forgotten about Charlottesville. Do you know what those tickets cost to that fucking fight? Like stupid. Stupid.
Wasn't a table like $100,000 or something?
Fucking, who was it? It wasn't Dana White. Someone else said, like, they saw an invoice, like they went to the thing and punched in 2 tickets ringside for this. Like, fuck that. I'd rather sit at home and watch it. Like, stupid, man. Anyway, alright. Let's call it. Time. What do you reckon?
246.
251.
257.
You get Mystic Bobby, you're losing your
Yeah, I know,
powers, man.
Doesn't make a call on the fight. He's too scared now.
I'm just throwing everyone off my Mystic Trail. Throwing them off the Mystic Trail.
Robert Fence Sitter Jeggings.
Pretty much.
You're fucked. Alright, cool. Great week. Call it.
Juke leverage out.